These people were just living their daily lives when, unintentionally, they stumbled upon discoveries that would change history forever. From a simple photo that ended up being worth millions of dollars to a sword from the prehistoric era, in this video we show you the most impressive finds made by pure chance. Don't miss it and be surprised by these incredible stories that left their mark on the world. Number 1. You might think we've already discovered everything there is to know about ancient Egypt, but from time to time we still unearth mysterious finds. Recently, archaeologists in Alexandria, Egypt, discovered a huge black granite sarcophagus that had remained intact for 2,000 years. Speculation ranged from it containing the remains of Alexander the Great to harboring a deadly curse. Upon opening the sarcophagus, they revealed 3 skeletons submerged in red-brown sewer water that gave off a terrible stench. Initial attempts to lift the lid were thwarted by the overwhelming smell, forcing the team to ask military engineers for help to fully open the tomb. Inside, they found 3 skeletons believed to belong to ancient Egyptian army officers. The bones were all that remained of the mummies, indicating a family burial. Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, assured the public that no curse had been unleashed. Concerns about toxic fumes led to the site being cleared, although experts dismissed the notion of a mummy curse that could cause harm. Incredibly, the sarcophagus, which measures almost 2 meters high, approximately 3 meters long and weighs 27 tons, is the largest of its kind found intact, dating to the early Ptolemaic period, after the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC. Christ. Additional studies will attempt to determine the identities and circumstances of the individuals' deaths. Number 2. $1 million photo. In 2010, Randy Guiara was browsing items at a curio shop in Fresno, California, when he found an old photograph on a tin plate. It was a picture of a group of men playing croquet. Nothing special, right? Randy bought it for a few dollars and moved on. However, upon closer inspection, he noticed that one of the men in the photo looked like Billy the Kid. Born Henry McCarty and known under the alias William H. Bonney, or Billy the Kid, he gained infamy as an outlaw of the American Old West. If the photo really showed the outlaw of the Old West, its value would increase exponentially. Unfortunately, Randy's claims were initially met with skepticism and the photo was not easily verified. After an arduous process of research, extensive historical analysis and modern facial recognition technology, experts finally confirmed that the photograph was authentic. It was taken in 1878 and showed Billy the Kid with members of his gang, the Regulators, during a break from their tumultuous lives of criminal activity. The only other confirmed photograph of Billy the Kid, known as the Upham Guy, was auctioned for $2.3 million in 2011. That said, Randy's investment of a few dollars was easily one of the best decisions he ever made. Number 3. A farmer in Michigan was digging in one of his fields when he unearthed something shocking. While digging in a soybean field on his farm in southern Michigan, James Pressel and a friend made a discovery that stunned the scientific community. They initially thought they had found a simple fence post bent and covered in mud, but it turned out to be part of the pelvis of an ancient woolly mammoth. This certainly made things more exciting for the men. James' 5-year-old grandson was left speechless in amazement when he saw the enormous bone. Not wanting to keep the discovery to himself, James quickly contacted the University of Michigan and a team of paleontologists was quickly sent to investigate. As they excavated the site, the importance of James' find became clear. In addition to the pelvis, scientists unearthed a skull with 2 huge tusks, ribs, vertebrae, and both scapulae of the mammoth. This remarkable creature is believed to have died thousands of years ago. Daniel Pfizer, the lead scientist on the dig, suggested that early humans may have dismembered it and stored it for later retrieval. Although Michigan has produced remains of 30 other mammoths, James' find is the most complete. This just goes to show that you never know what treasures may be hidden on your property. Number 4. In 2020, a team of paleontologists from Monash University in Melbourne carried out excavations that led to the discovery of some of the oldest fossils found in Australia. A surprising and somewhat unseemly find shocked scientists when they discovered a piece of amber with a rare composition. The most amazing thing was that the stone preserved mating flies, estimated to be about 40 million years old. Amber is a remarkable material capable of preserving organisms trapped inside. In Australia, amber is considered extremely rare, so the excavation results were surprising not only with the flies discovered, but also with thousands of pieces of amber hidden underground. In addition to flies, other well-preserved organisms were found in the amber, which will allow a better understanding of Australia's ecosystem and the study of the insects that lived there 40 million years ago. Number 5. A mysterious magma reservoir. In 2019, a team of scientists led by Carl Tape of the University of Alaska Fairbanks was investigating seismic activity in the Denali region after a magnitude 7.1 earthquake near Anchorage. They installed hundreds of seismometers along the Denali Fault to capture aftershocks and understand the seismic characteristics of the region. During their analysis, they found an anomalous point where seismic waves slowed down significantly. What does this mean? Scientists believe this data suggests the existence of a magma reservoir approximately 11 kilometers beneath Denali's surface. Denali, the tallest mountain in North America, sits atop a subductive tectonic plate, a condition generally associated with volcanic activity. However, the region known as the Denali Volcanic Gap lacks surface volcanoes. This gap extends from Mount Spur to the Wrangell Mountains, covering an area where volcanic activity seems to mysteriously cease despite favorable geological conditions. It seems that although there are no volcanoes in the area, magma is burning deep underground. The presence of this magma reservoir challenges existing theories about volcanic activity in the region. To better understand this phenomenon, scientists plan to install more seismic instruments directly above the anomaly. Number 6. In 1998, electrical engineer John J. Williams stumbled upon a mysterious object while hiking in North America. What appeared to be an electrical connector was protruding from the ground. The strange thing was that it was far from any human settlement or industrial site. Digging further, John discovered a device with a triple socket embedded in solid granite, now known as the Pitas. John has kept the exact location of the discovery a secret from him, which has fueled skepticism about the possibility that the artifact is a hoax. However, he has offered the data for analysis. Although only a few researchers have taken up the offer, geological analysis suggests that the rock surrounding the component is at least 100,000 years old, deeply challenging our understanding of technological development. X-ray tests reveal an opaque internal structure and the component itself shows no signs of having been glued or welded to the rock. It even exhibits weak magnetic properties and high impedance between the pins, similar to an XLR electronic connector. John believes that the Pitas is a genuine artifact of an ancient advanced civilization or possibly of extraterrestrial origin. Both theories are incredibly intriguing and exciting. John has made it clear that he is willing to allow researchers to authenticate the artifact, as long as the rock remains intact during analysis. If proven authentic, Pitas could dramatically alter our understanding of human history and our technological capabilities. Number 7. Workers accidentally find a medieval sanctuary. In 2020, construction workers working near a railway line near Guildford, England, found something unusual: a cave. Curious, they examined what was inside and immediately called archaeologists. The cave dates back to the 14th century, and within it there were several sections ranging from 3 to 8 meters high, with engravings suggesting that it was used as a sanctuary or hermitage. Archaeologists believe the cave was associated with the now ruined St. Catherine's Chapel nearby. The interior of the sanctuary is marked by tar and charcoal, probably remains of lamps and bonfires used by worshippers. The ceiling is adorned with various markings, including carved initials and other decorative elements. Number 8. UFO sightings have been in the news a lot lately. The next video I'm going to show you was filmed by a 59-year-old Army veteran. He saw things flying near his house from time to time, so he grabbed his drone and started filming the area. After a few attempts, he managed to catch something on camera. An unknown object passed by at incredible speed, and the man was convinced that he had caught a UFO on camera. He apparently had the recording examined and the video was sent to NASA. Unfortunately, I have not been able to find out what happened to the recording, but it is said that the object could have been traveling at speeds of more than 6,400 kilometers per hour. Do you think it is a real UFO? Could it have had to do with aliens? And what else could it be? Let me know in the comments. Number 9. A medieval tunnel. In 2021, electrical workers from W Power Distribution in Wales were digging a hole for a new power line pole in a customer's garden in Monmouthshire when they discovered a tunnel. A single glance at the tunnel made them realize that it had been built a long time ago. The man-made tunnel system was approximately 5 feet high and ran along Engedi Brook. It has likely been walked upon unknowingly for centuries. The tunnel is quite close to Tintern Abbey, a Gothic monastery established by Cistercian monks in 1131. There is a possibility that this passage was used by the abbey. However, the exact purpose and extent of the tunnel system remains unknown. The power company continues to investigate the tunnel to discover its historical significance. Number 10. Imagine losing a precious diamond ring while working in your garden, only to find it 13 years later on a carrot, of all things. While you were digging, this is exactly what happened to Mary Grahams, a woman from Alberta, Canada. She had kept the loss of her ring a secret from everyone except her son, feeling ashamed. Mary even bought a replacement ring to hide the loss. However, fate had a surprise prepared. Mary's daughter-in-law, Colleen Daly, found the ring while she was harvesting vegetables on the family farm. The carrot had grown through the ring, keeping it safe in the ground all those years. When Mary's son called her to tell her the news, she was elated. Reflecting on the incident, Mary wished she had told her late husband about the missing ring, believing he would have found it amusing. Now that she has her ring back, Mary plans to be more careful and has learned the lesson of keeping the ring in a safe place. Number 11. Walking around Australia, you would hardly want to encounter a creature so enormous that it would make kangaroos look harmless in comparison. Throughout most of the Pleistocene period, which spanned from 1.6 million to 40,000 years ago, one could encounter a terrifying and enormous creature in Australia known as the Diprotodon. This quadruped had a short body, tail, and thick limbs that resembled trunks. The ancient marsupial was 2 meters tall and weighed more than 2.5 tons. Although it's hard to believe that a marsupial could weigh more than the average car, previous findings suggest that Australia was once inhabited by strange and unique animals, including diprotodons. This ancient marsupial, 200 times larger than its modern relatives such as wombats and koalas, could have caused ecological problems due to its large appetite for leaves and shrubs. Although they were thought to be harmless and lived in groups near water, avoiding hills due to their limited mobility, the species is now extinct, leaving only bones behind. Whether they hunted or preyed on humans remains a mystery. It is hoped that scientists will be able to answer these questions in the future. Number 12. Accidental border change. Imagine being busy with your daily tasks when you accidentally move a boundary stone. In 2021, a Belgian farmer moved a border stone approximately 2 meters to make way for his tractor near the village of Erquelins in Belgium. This small adjustment increased Belgian territory and reduced French territory. The error was discovered by a local history enthusiast who noticed the stone was out of place during a walk. Both mayors of Erquelins and the neighboring French town of Bousigny-sur-Roc found the situation amusing. David Laveau, mayor of Erquelins, joked about his city becoming bigger, while Aurélie Wellenec, mayor of Bousigny-sur-Roc, expressed confidence that the issue could be resolved amicably, avoiding any serious diplomatic repercussions. One thing is certain, both mayors have a good sense of humor. The border between the two countries stretches for about 625 kilometers and has been relatively easy to ignore since the 1995 Schengen Agreement abolished border controls within participating countries. However, the stone's historical importance makes its precise position important. The authorities have asked the farmer to return the stone to its original place. If he fails to comply, the issue could escalate, involving Belgium's foreign ministry and possibly convening the rare Franco-Belgian Border Commission, which has not met since 1930. Well, I think I learned something today. If I am ever in the Belgian countryside, I must not move stones at random because of the risk of changing the borders. Number 13. The Fukang Meteorite. Sometimes treasure just falls from the sky. The Fukang meteorite looked like any other piece of space rock in 2000, revealing a shimmering, honeycomb-like internal structure not found on Earth. The translucent crystals are made of olivine and are situated in a network of hyphens that landed in the Gobi Desert in China. However, when nickel was discovered and cut. When the sun shines through the sliced layers of rock, it gives an impression like looking through a glass window. It would have been nice if the people who found it had kept it in one piece, but it has been cut into pieces and sold piece by piece to the highest bidder. The largest piece, weighing just under 1,000 pounds, was auctioned for $2 million in New York City in 2008. If that's over your budget, you can buy plenty of smaller pieces of the rocket line for $50 per gram. The meteorite belongs to the clown class, which makes up only 1% of all meteorites that fall to Earth, but this one is by far the most beautiful. Number 14. In the remote areas of Australia, an inexplicable spectacle has baffled and even frightened observers who have seen mysterious glowing spheres suddenly appearing at night, literally floating in the air, simultaneously captivating and generating apprehension. In Queensland, the Bull-Isur Council advises visitors that they are in the land of the Min Min lights and could see them when traveling on the road at night. These lights are truly captivating as they can move quickly and change color as they move closer to the viewer or further away before disappearing without a trace. Scientists have proposed various theories to explain the Min Min lights, a mystery in Australia. Some suggest it could be a natural phenomenon, like a light refraction mirage. Others think the glowing spheres could form between layers of air with different temperatures. More unusual explanations are also mentioned, such as luminescent insects or phosphorescent gases. However, they are all just hypotheses, as science has not yet provided a definitive answer. The Min Min lights have become a source of Aboriginal legends and stories, treating them with respect as spirits of elders who care for the country and its prosperity. Number 15. Ultra-rare mineral. In 2018, Morgan Cox, a student at Curtin University in Australia, was examining core samples from Woodley Crater, an ancient meteorite impact site in Western Australia, when he stumbled upon one of the rarest materials in the world. Earth, the Rhyolite. The crater he was examining is possibly one of the largest known on Earth. He expected to find materials from space while he examined the crater, but the rhyodite was definitely a surprise to Morgan. This ultra-rare mineral forms only under immense pressures and temperatures generated when a meteorite impacts Earth. In such circumstances, the mineral zircon, which is quite common, transforms into the rare rhyodite. Before Cox's discovery, rhyodite had only been found in a few places in the world, making this discovery particularly significant.